I'm sure anybody who started you, for example, what did it take for you to start your business? When it comes to like just sleepless nights, your money, your everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if you know, I started my first business when I was 23 years old and with basically no money. I mean, my parents are not rich. I don't come from a rich family. I didn't inherit a vast amount of wealth. So I basically had that much money that I had to give to the lawyer to register my business. that was all the money I had. But I had this idea. I knew I can make it go right. I knew that my idea and my plan was correct, and the path I chose had some opportunities. So I basically went all in, right? I committed. I gave all my money to the lawyer.
Yep.
It was a very scary moment.
I was just about to say, wasn't that scary?
It was a very scary moment. Yeah. And you know what? The next week, I had a huge contract signed the next week. So basically, the stamp wasn't even dry on the registration documents. And I had this huge deal pulled in. Why? Because I had an idea. I knew I can make it go right. I took the initiative. I have committed. I went all in. I
Burn the bridges.
I mean, failure was never an option.
Yeah.
Because what else I could do? I just gave up the last bits and pieces of my reserves. So failure was not an option for me. I had to make it go right. And I think this is kind of the make or break point for any business owners, you know, because whoever starts business have committed that, okay, well, if it doesn't work out, then, okay, I lost the money. It will never work.
Yes.
But if you are committed that we do or die, then you will,
it will work.
You'll make it go right. It will work.
Yeah. My mentor Grant says it. He says the only time you will fail is when you quit.
Yeah.
If you don't quit, you will win. And so, listeners, and everybody out there considering Dubai, thinking about the Middle East and Dubai, if you don't quit, you will absolutely win.
Yeah, I mean, even here, I've been here, as I said, more than 12 years. It has not been an easy ride. There were moments that we had really hard time, but we made it go right, you know. We worked and we persisted, and we didn't give up. We didn't quit. And then it worked out.
Yeah, and it's just the ground floor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What about you, Cynthia?
Burning the bridges, packing your bags and leaving. The same, like I obviously didn't start my own company when I came here, but I came here for a specific job. And I also there was no option of moving back. I decided.
Okay, so you had a job before you came?
No, it's my first job in my life.
Okay.
Kindergarten, why? No, like I had a job in Denmark.
Yeah.
I lived there for 15 years. I have family, my mom, my sister. I was having my own company, apartment, car, cat, you know, whatever. Like I had an established life. But when I decided to move, I had to sell everything. There is no, I'm not keeping the car. I'm not keeping the apartment. It's like burning all the bridges. This is all my money on one card, you know? So I came, and obviously I was also running into hard situations or things I didn't expect or I didn't know. I had no idea about the job. It was a completely different profession. I had to learn from beginning. Words I had never seen in my life had to be checked, you know? But I knew I'm just not going to go back. So I'm just going to go through, but is no way back.
Yeah.
So it's the same, like not giving up. And it's absolutely worth it. Oh my God. Absolutely worth it, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Beacon. Why should people work with Beacon?
You know, it's my baby, so I'm very strongly biased, but I'm going to give you my vision and why I started it. So at Beacon, we are not selling companies. We are giving solutions right? So whoever wants to expand or has any kind of goal, we will create the solution for that. And for us, the company, the UAE business, is only a tool. It's not the goal. Whereas the competition or most of the market, the service provider's goal is the company itself. For us, success is the goal. The client's success is the goal. And the business, the UAE business, is only a tool to reach that
The goal.
success.
So
Yeah.
so the target is not to set up a business. The goal is to bring success to the business.
I think any person can only be as successful as his environment. And I like to be successful, so I have to make my environment successful. Otherwise, I cannot call myself successful.
True. But other companies, the competition is saying the same thing.
No, I think
They're not.
I think they are not. They are selling the company. Why? They will never ask you why. So I suggest you do some mystery shopping. I mean, if you call any of the competition and you tell them that I want to set up my business in the UAE, they will go like, yeah, sure, here, this is the price. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But they will never ask you why. You know? And
Why is that important?
I think the why determines the how. Right? So if you tell me why do you want a company here, I can plan and I can build you the path, the how. And it determines the where as well. So where we will register, which kind of company we will register, what kind of structure we are building, legal structure or intellectual properties, whatever helps you to achieve your goal faster. And I think that's the major difference. Most of the competition, they think that the goal is setting up the company. But for me, it's never the goal.
Yeah.
For me, the goal is to have successful clients.
I love it. I love it. Has that happened where you show the company owner the path and yet they resist?
Of course.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? The guy owns the company, opened the company, worked really hard to build the company, is curious about Dubai, gets on a call with you. You're like, this is how we're going to do it so you are successful. And he goes, let me think about it. Like, is it something that is our fault for not explaining the thing well? Is it just they're too small-minded? Like, what do you think the disconnect happens? Honestly.
Either is a wrong product.
On the wrong product.
They are on the wrong product, not on the correct product.
Yeah. But what is the correct product? Like Kinga just said, right? The end goal is successful business. Right?
I think that it always boils down to lack of trust, right? So they have either been burnt previously or someone they know has been burned, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be their own experience. And they kind of project their failures or the failures from their environment on us, right? So I do believe it's a trust issue that they kind of regard us as the company or person who has caused their previous failure.
True.
Right? And I think that's what we have to overcome. And that's why it's very important that people look at the testimonials we have and read the reviews what we have.
Yes.
Because all of our clients who have experienced our services and what we can give and how we service the clients, then they are telling raving success stories. And that's the reason why I'm doing it, you know? That's the real reason.
Yeah. I've seen the testimonials and it's glowing and like loud testimonies about the experience. People who've known you for 10 years plus, all the way to people who met you 3 months ago. is the same theme, you know, very professional, very in tuned, very attentive, trying to get you to win, which is why, you know, we should try to get 5% of the market share. I did the numbers yesterday. Everybody in this space in the UAE is right around 2.2% of the market share. About 31 million businesses in Europe, not even Australia or any other part of the world, but just Europe. 31 million eligible businesses, and collectively, there's a 2.2% share of the ones here.
Yeah. So
And the path is like this,
yeah.
right? By 20, what does Dubai have? Dubai has 2033. There's a thing where they say Dubai 2034.
There are multiple plans on different areas of the city or society. There is Plan 2030 and then there is Plan 2040. So
Okay.
each of them covers different areas of life.
Yeah.
But basically the expansion trajectory is there. So you can see the expansion of the society, this expansion of the population. So, for example, Dubai is going to double in size within the next 10 years.
Yes.
That means, like, let us do the math for a second, right? Right now, Dubai has roughly 2.5 million people. So if that means adding another 2.5 million, if we consider that, let's be generous, okay? So all of them are families. That means 600,000 families. That is 600,000 cars.
Yes.
Very conservative.
Yes.
That
Very
is-
conservative.
That is 600,000 apartments, right? 600,000 apartments. That's 1.2 million kids. 1.2 million kids. Just do the math. How many schools we will need? How many teachers we will need? Right now, in Dubai, in last year, 66,000 new units, new apartments were handed over. So if we need 600,000,
10x.
we don't have enough.
Correct.
So if I'm very much of a number person, right? So if I do the math, that means the demand will be higher than supply. What happens to prices when the demand is higher than supply, right? It shoots to the sky. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, right, to figure these things out.
Yeah.
You just look at the facts, you look at the projections,
Yeah.
and I'm being very conservative because most of Dubai is single or couples,
Yeah.
right? They are not two kids families. So the 600,000 is a very, very, very conservative projection.
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy. Like the way you just broke it down. Like Cynthia took me to the office and showed me and told me when you started, like 2 buildings were not even there. And there are now, I don't know, 40 floor buildings, right? In 2-3 years or something.
Yeah.
And anybody who has any sort of vision and has an expectation for their business, their family, their life, has to consider this.
Yeah.
Those numbers you just gave right there, I mean, you can have a cleaning business and you'll become wealthy,
Exactly.
right? It could
Exactly.
be anything from the lowest blue collar, by lowest, I don't mean to be, classish, but the blue collar level, white collar level, there is an opportunity for every single person. You just have to work with a team that has your back, has your interest, wants to make sure you win, and you will win.
Exactly.
It's
exactly.
that straightforward.
And let me tell you, again, these are our own experiences, right? We have a real estate branch as well.
Yes.
So basically, we are selling real estate. And what happens in the real estate market is just crazy. People in Europe, they think we are lying. Like we propose them an apartment, a unit, and by the time they make their decision, that unit is gone. And we are talking about like hours. So it sells like hot cake,
Yeah.
right? There is such a huge demand because, again, follow the money. The money people are buying real estate by the floor. not by unit, by floors. Why is that?
Yeah.
We underestimate their ability to think. We think that they are stupid or
Right.
they don't have any other place to burn their money. I think they are very smart.
Yeah.
They have done their calculations. Dubai's population is increasing. It's gonna double in the next 10 years. And the demand for new units will be much larger than the supply. It's pure mathematics.
Yeah. So it seems like the effort should be in education,
Most
right?
probably, yeah.
Teaching people.
False
it's-
data stripping.
Sorry?
False data stripping.
Right. Hey, that's right. Exactly, right? And moving from the tactician to the strategist, right? How do we educate these folks? How do we get their attention and be of service? Because Beacon's goal, Beacon's ethos to me is, how do we educate people? How do we get them to learn about this oasis, really, right? But learning is a difficult thing. Most people don't want to learn.
Yeah, so I mean, over the course of the last 12 years, I have been a huge advocate of Dubai and this region because I know it's good, and I know what I have experienced. I know that it has been the best decision of my life coming here, from all angles of life, right? Best decision as a mom. My kids went through school here, so the school system is amazing. So as a mom, I couldn't have asked for a better place. As a businesswoman, I think it's just fantastic. Like I was actually able to grow much faster than I could have ever been in Europe or anywhere else in the world, for that matter. And also, as a woman, if I got to experience what is it like to be treated well, as opposed to what we are being treated in Europe. People say that, oh yes, women are equal to men in Europe. No. And honestly, like my opinion, I don't want to be equal. I want to be treated better. And here, that's what I'm getting.
What's an example of that?
For example, nobody can touch you. Nobody is touching you as a woman. Nobody says that. Excuse me, ma'am, could you just move? And like in Europe, they often just touch your shoulder or something. And
what happens if they touch you? What happens if I touch you?
I mean, I could call the police. Honestly, it depends, obviously.
Yeah.
But I could call police and I could
Charges.
actually press charges. Yes, here, men are extremely polite. They will tell me like, "Excuse me, ma'am, could you please just give me space to pass through from a meter distance." For example, and I really find it very genuine.
And that's a cultural thing, isn't it?
It's a cultural thing. I really like that. Or one of my favorite example, I have Emirati friends, very, very close and good friends. I think we are almost like family. The man has never shaken my hand, ever. He has always very politely greeted me, but has never touched me or my hand, and we are in a very good relationship, so I have a chance to ask why. And his response was amazing, and it made me think that what is really respect, right? He told me that I'm not shaking your hand because you're married, and as a married woman, no other man is supposed to touch you but your husband. And I think that is respectful.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, right, that is really thoughtful and very respectful. So I think, and I often say that here in this country, as a woman, I'm being treated as a princess, not as a woman. It's a big difference.
Has that been your experience?
Or the ladies ticket, for example,
yeah.
wherever you go, you get a ladies ticket and then you pulled out of the line and you don't have to stand on a queue for hours.
What's this? Ladies' ticket?
Yeah, like let's say, for example, we have a ladies for the passport or they're getting the visa.
Okay.
The ladies goes first, even if it's 100 guys waiting.
Oh,
on a line.
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they prioritize ladies. Or even if you go to the bank or to the post office, they prioritize the ladies. So if you get your number, your ticket number, then
Ladies go first.
Yeah, ladies go first. Ladies don't wait.
That's incredible. I never knew that. And yet, the perception across the world is, oh, the women get no respect in Dubai and they're suppressed. And, it's just bad propaganda.
Yeah, I think it's all propaganda. And I think the reality is very different. I mean, I have been here for 12 years or over 12 years, and I have never, ever had any bad experience.
Yeah.
And whereas in Europe, for example, I give you one of my stories. I was in London, and I called a cab, and I made the mistake that I was sitting in the front, right, and not in the back. And the guy was started touching my thighs. So it's like
The cab driver.
The cab driver.
Trash.
And then what can you do? Like, you are locked in a car, which he
Was it a black
which is-
cab?
No,
Okay.
no, and which is being driven by him, by that guy. So, like, it's so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
This could never happen here. Never, ever.
That driver will be in a heap of trouble.
Oh, yeah.
But also, if you call the police, they take you serious. In Europe, you can call the police as a man, and they're not gonna act.
Yeah.
There is no protection.